welcome back to my channel. My name is Ritika, and in this particular video we are going to talk about my Air India interview. So yes guys, in one of my video I have mentioned that I have not only given interview with Indigo, but earlier I have given interview for Air India as well. So in this particular video we are going to discuss what questions were asked to me in Air India interview, what was the procedure, is it different from any other airline, and what is something specific about this kind of interview, and how to give interview for Air India we'll get to know in this video. So stick around and let's get started. So the thing with Air India is, we all know the owner of Air India currently is Tata, and it is very reliable and a very good airline to work with, and one of the growing airline in India, which is going to make its mark in the skies really soon. Like, it is currently a very glorified airline, I would say, but in future, in upcoming decades, it is going to make its own different, I would say, brand in India. So if you want to work with this airline, it's gonna be one of the greatest thing in your career if you get to work with this kind of airline or this airline. So I would say, if any of you are planning to go for Air India, please go ahead and give it a shot. I got selected with Indigo. That's the only reason I haven't tried again for Air India. But yes, if I would have got chance, I would have definitely gone for the airline, because we know what Air India is moving towards. Okay, so I'm going to share my own experience, how was that, and where I have given interview. So the place where I have given interview for Air India was Bhopal in Madhya Pradesh. There I have given a few months back. I don't remember the specific date, but it was in Radisson, and the interview went on, I think, third floor. And the procedure was, first we have to go there with our CV. We have to give them the CV, and then they would give us a badge. After checking our CV, they keep the CVs of the freshers in a different row and the experienced ones in a different row. So it is not like Indigo, where experience and Indigo is little tough, I would say, because in Indigo, experience as well as freshers has to give interview together. But in Air India, one benefit you get is freshers will be giving interviews in a different clue, and the airline, like the experienced one, will give in a different clue with the other fellow experienced ones, so that there is a little less competition as compared to Indigo or other airlines. Okay, so what happened after that was, we got the batches and we had to sit in a row. There was sitting arrangement, we had to sit in a row, and we didn't had our CV, they had already collected our CV. So we just have to enter in a room in which there were around 10 people, and GD was the first round. Okay, so in group discussion we know that the one of the ma'am, or like any HR will be around us, who would see our performance, like how we perform the GD. I got the question, like I got the topic for a GD was love marriage versus arranged marriage. One of my friend in the another batch got fashion city versus simplicity. So these kinds of topic you can expect there, and you have to talk upon it around 5 to 10 minutes. The discussion will be there. You have to discuss it with those 10 fellow members with you, and then the results will be announced by the HR. She will pick 2 3 names out of it, like me and two more were there. Out of those 10 people, we 3 were selected, and she took our name and she told us to wait, and others were sent back to their home. And yeah, that was how our first round of interview went. Then the second round of interview was about BMI, and we got one more batch because we have cleared GD. So we went for the BMI thing, and there she checked my weight, she checked my height, and after checking my height, she told me to touch 212 centimeter. Yes, so in Air India, it is very important to touch 212 centimeters because the aircrafts are going to be big, like how it is in international. We have to touch 212 centimeter. In the same way, in Air India, it is mandatory to touch 212 centimeter as well. So they will not go with your height criteria, but if your height is pretty much long, then they won't say. But mine is 5'2", so I had to touch 212, and I was able to do it because of my flexibility. So any of you who is around 5'1", 5'2", you can try a little bit of stretching and flexible, like try to be a little more flexible so that you will be able to touch 212, and you can practice it before interview to reach that height. You have to be barefoot and you have to remove your heels, but you can stretch your heels up and then touch that height. So that is how you can touch the height. After that, they were checking our scars and all, so she told me to remove my blazer, and she literally checked my neck and every part which is going to be visible in the so they didn't check the legs, I must mention, because Air India uniform doesn't have to be like, it is not like a tunic dress or skirt, so they don't mind if you have scars on legs. So anyone who is concerned about their leg scar or any of the scar which is on leg or any tattoo on the legs, so if you are getting rejected in other airlines like Indigo, you can come here for Air India and give interview because they don't mind people who has scars on legs. So they didn't even check the legs, they just checked my hands, my neck, and front part. That's all. And a few moles on my pimples, moles, anything serious on my face. They checked that, and I have easily cleared that round. And for the third round of interview, what happened is we were called out in a different room where we were sitting, and it is going to be one-on-one interview with the same HR. She is such a beautiful and such a kind-hearted lady. She literally had a conversation with us, like when she was calling out few names or numbers according to our batch, I guess, and that is how we had to go one by one. We were there. She asked me many questions. Let me tell you, it was not just about one or two questions, it was like 7 to 8 questions she asked me. And okay, I'll tell you my questions now. First question which she asked me was, why do you want to come in the airline industry, aviation industry? So I gave her one answer according to my thing, and then she saw my resume in detail as I was experienced. She also asked me why I have left my previous organization. um, I gave an answer for that as well. Then after that, she also asked me how your normal day used to look like as a HR executive and what were your roles and responsibilities. So I described my day as an HR executive, how I used to work with my company and my fellow colleagues, and what were my roles and responsibilities there. I explained that. So the next question which she asked me was, what does uniform means to you, and do you think that Air India should change its uniform from sari to any other kind of uniform? Do you think that sari is comfortable um, as a crew to save the passengers or not? Like this kind of discussion went in, so I supported that it is our traditional thing. If we are wearing sari, we are showing our Indian tradition to all the cultures who would be traveling with us, and people will get to know about our culture in more detail. And if it comes to the safety concerns, so we would be trained to rescue the passengers within 60 seconds with by wearing sari itself. So I think that training will be provided, and nowadays it is not mandatory to wear sari. We have dresses also. So there are different kinds of uniform, I guess. So according to our choice, we can wear, and yeah, it is not an issue for me. In this way, I have explained my answer. and she was pretty much happy with that. After that, she asked me, "Where are you from?" I told her that I am from Nagpur. So she asked me few questions about what are your favorite cuisines of your place, and if I visit your place, what would you want me to try in the food, and what places you would recommend me to visit. And I have told about my city, my places, and the tourism in our surrounding, and she was good with my answer. So these were pretty much what questions were asked to me in Air India in the third round of interview. After that, there was one more round, that was the HR round, which was like we have the fourth round where where one sir was there. He was asking whether I'm okay with the relocation or not, and uh, like some pretty just it was just a confirmation kind of round. In that, we were not checked upon any communication skills or any of that sort. He was just checking that whether I'm okay with the Mumbai ways, or whether I want some another ways. Some formality questions were there, and I was pretty much okay with all the kinds of thing. But the only thing which happened after that was, um, I have not mentioned the correct email address on my resume, so I didn't got any kind of mail from their end, and I should have. So keep that in mind. Please mention your correct email address on your resume so that they can contact you. So this was all about the Air India procedure of interviews, and these were the questions which were asked to me. I hope you have understood and learned something from it, and you won't do any mistakes there. Just go there with the confidence, give your interview as best as possible, and then you can fly with them very soon. That is all about this video. Let's see you in the next one. Bye bye.